Hey guys, welcome to the video number 325. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to create the text files using the collection loop. And in this video, I'm actually trying to answer one of my subscribers' question, which you can see here. Naman Agarwal has commented this, had written this actually question 5 days back. I have a range of data. I need to search that if the cell B1 to B8 value is greater than 100, then I will create a blank text file, else no text file. So guys, I want to tell you that yesterday only I talked about how to create the text files, how to read the text files, how to open the text files, and how to find the particular word. If you're searching for some specific word in your text file, how you can do that. So for that, you need to go to the playlist. We have 42 different playlists if you're watching the channel for the first time. And this channel is actually has excel VBA access and access VBA videos. So we have got around 300 and as you can see 325 videos around. So all the videos are here, the basic level videos, intermediate and advanced level of videos we have gotten. What you need to do is you need to scroll it down and you got to click here on the Excel VBA file handling, and you will find the video. I think the video yesterday I uploaded, so it must be video number 324, which talks about the how to create the text files and everything. So go and watch that, and maybe afterwards you can come here, right? Otherwise you can also stick to this, because this is not really going to be very tough. But if you have a good knowledge of the file system object, which is a class, then definitely it will make a lot of sense to you. So guys, so basically these were the 4 topics I discussed in yesterday video. But right now we're going to directly take this question up. And so as per the Naman, he said that he has some numbers here. So let me just write some numbers here. And so these are the numbers, and we're going to create a 1000 and one more number like this. Now what we want to do here is, if I just go back to the comment section, I need to search that in the cell B1 to B8, if any cell is greater than 100, then we should have a blank text file. Okay, so now, so this is your, as you can see, I have a range here B1 to B8. Maybe let me add one more value, which is 43. So guys, there are a number of ways of doing it. I mean, for example, you can use the for next loop. You can also use the for each cell in a range loop. This is called the collection loop, right? So I'm going to actually use the collection loop. For next is also, I mean, it has the same concept, but then we are going to club this loop with your file system object class, because file system object is a class which helps you to insert, which helps you to make the text files. Okay, so the first thing which I'm gonna do here is we go to the developer tab, and I click on the Visual Basic, and then I'm gonna insert the module, and this is where we are going to write the program. Okay, so the first thing which I will do, I will create the reference, because I have to use the file system object class. Now file system object class is a class on which I have already uploaded 8-9 videos. You can go and check all those videos under the playlist Excel file handling, which I was telling you actually. This one, guys. This talks about also not only the text files, but also otherwise the other files, Excel files, or maybe how to copy the folder from one place to the another, how to move the folders. There are a lot of things. And don't forget to watch this Excel VBA access interview questions. Here when you click, you will get 32 videos. Out of these 32 videos, I think I have around 2 or 3 videos on the file handling, the questions which people ask you in your interview. So from the interview perspective also, you should not actually skip this playlist. Okay, now let's come back to the topic. Now I'm going to first of all go ahead and create a reference. So this Microsoft scripting runtime is the library which you should create first of all, right? If you are new to the channel and you don't know how to do that, you just need to press M and search for the Microsoft scripting runtime library. They are all alphabetically sorted, so it will be very easy for you to search for it. So somewhere here you will get that. You need to click here, want to click and press OK. Next time when you come back to this tools and the reference, this library will reflect here. This is must for you guys. Okay, now let's start this. So create text file using loop. This is what we need to do. Okay, now the first thing which I'm going to do is I'm going to declare my variable called, let's say, FSO as a scripting file system object. This is the class I'm going to use because this class is going to help me in creating the text file. So these are the lines which are standard lines. You will have to use it. So I'm going to use the file system object. Scripting is not mandatory. You can also skip that word. You can simply write dim FSO as file system object, set FSO equals to new file system object. That's all up to you. What is the next thing I want to do? I want to create a file, so I'm going to write here my file as, and then you're going to use the scripting, and here then got to use this the text stream field. Okay, this is the text stream class. You got to use it. This now means that I can actually use this my file as a file because we would like to create the file, right? And I will come to this point later. First of all, guys, you need to run the loop, and the loop is, so to run the loop, I'm going to use the collection loop as I was talking about. If you don't have any idea about what are the collection loops, so I will try to explain it here also, but if you really want the in-depth detail on that, please go ahead and watch Excel VBA collection loops as a playlist which I have created, right? And under that playlist you will find around 8-10 videos. Go for the basic ones. They have the basic word in the title. You will, once you click on that, you will be able to understand. So you go and watch all those videos, and trust me, you will be very much confident in making the loops, right? So now run the loop. This is how we define the things. First of all, so the loop actually is written in this way: for each cell in a range. So singular is a cell and plural is basically your range, right? This is how it is called, the collection loop. Here you have the objects, and here you have a single object, right? So you can't directly use this cell and range because they are actually the classes. So we will have to define it. I'm going to define this my name, let's say my cell as range, and then I'm going to write here my cell. It will be replaced with my cell. My cell is my own variable. You can write whatever you want. You can write anything right here. You can write I as well. If you write I here, you got to put it here I. Okay, next thing, my then my full range, let's say, as range. Then you have to define your my full range, which is my full range is now going to be equals to I, you know, this the range, which is range of B1 to B8. Okay, we can also write the sheet name here. That is going to be that is a good idea, because if somebody is going to run on this, while he's on the sheet 1 and then he goes in the macro and click that, it can create a problem. Okay, so maybe you can do one thing: either you create a button here, and from this button, if the the macro is run, then obviously the active sheet is going to be sheet 2. So this doesn't require any specification. Otherwise, you can write here the sheet name as well to be more precise. It should always pick up the range from this sheet, right? And also, if you are somebody who doesn't like to create the buttons, then I would suggest you should create the buttons, so that you should be always on the good sheet. Otherwise, if you're somebody who likes to give, who likes to tell your audience that go to the macros, and from the macros then go ahead and create that, run that macro, then you don't know at that point in time on which sheet my user is going to be. So it has to be very important for us to be on the sheet 2. So in that case, you can write here that first of all the sheet 2 should be selected. So these are the things, I mean, the basics you should understand. You should don't ignore them. Now once you have set up everything, guys, now what we are going to do in this range, I'm going to write here my full range. Right now, if I run this in the message box, you see I dot value, because I want to check, let's say, what is the cell value. Now when I'm going to run this, you see this is what will happen. You get the 12 and then 34 and then 54 and then 87 and then 100 and 345 and the last one 40, and the macro finishes. So this is such a beautiful loop. You don't have to actually be really work much on that, because it's a for each loop. Is automatically going to cover all the cells one by one. Now we don't need the message box, obviously. So what we need, we want to check whether the value is greater than 100 or not, and if it is, let's create the text file by that name. So I'm going to write here, if the I value is greater than 100, right? Then what should happen? Then this is an important line for you. Then you should be able to create the file. Now which file? Obviously a text file. And where is your file basically? So you have declared here my file as a scripting.txt stream, right? So you will write here that set my file, set equals to my file. Now you use the set word because file is an object. When you declare your object, when you assign a value to your objects, you got to use the set word, right? They are not like integers, long, string, byte, the normal data types where you don't use the set word. Okay, so this is how we're going to use this now FSO, because it has an option here which is called the create text file. Now once you have the text file created, where do you want to put it? So I'm going to put it in my D drive. So I put D colon this, and then with what name, that's all up to you. I like to give it a name called whatever the value I have here, which is, which would come from here like 100345 and 43. And then don't forget to put it with the .txt, because you got to the extension of the txt. Now if the value is not greater than that, then simply go to the else and end if, and just do nothing. You don't have to write do nothing. This is just to make it understandable, to make it readable. Now this is how the code is going to run. Now let's go ahead and run the code and let us check that whether we are correct or not. Right, so there we go, everything is done. Now we got the full, for each I is going to run. But what is the first value? It is 12. So naturally it should go to the else mode. I have got this on the else mode, perfect. And if next means that for the next value of the I, which is 34, so it is automatically moving the cells. You really don't have to increase anyway the row number, because it is not a for next loop, it is a for each loop. For each cell in a range means that whatever the range you will define, which you have defined here, automatically it is going to cover all those values one by one. That's why I just love these collection loops, guys, right? Okay, so again you have a new value which is 34. Of course it is not greater than 100, so I go to the else, and then again 54 must be there. Yeah, so I keep on running this. You have 66 else, you have 87 else. Now here is an important point. You got the 1000 which is greater than 100, so here this text file will be created, which is going to be named as 100.txt. all right, so there we go. And now I'm going to run it again. Now again it will go in the then part, because we have 3445. So you have here value, the file should be created. I'm just going to show you my D drive, and then else, and that's it. This is the last value, and we are done, guys. As simple as that, right? Let me take you to the D drive and let us see. All right, there we go. So you have 100, you have 3445.txt files. This is not the something, should ignore this. So is it correct? I want to check here again. Yeah, that's correct, guys. You have your two values, and they're coming here. Obviously they are blank text files because we just created the text file. So using the collection loop and this file handling part, this is an important line. I have talked about this in my yesterday video. Don't forget to watch that. There, as I said, I try to tell you how to create the text file, how to copy and move the text files, how to open a text file and read it if you want to read it, or maybe how to search some specific information in a text file. So how you can do that using the Excel VBA. So for those who watched this video for the first time, these are all the guys different playlists. Many of you have requested me that if they want to learn the Excel VBA, how to start with that. So guys, first you go ahead and watch this playlist, Excel VBA introduction series. 9 videos are waiting for you. Once you're through with that, then the next thing which you want to do is you got to watch Excel VBA loops. So when you scroll it down somewhere here, you would find Excel VBA loops series, right? So I guess you can search it. I'm not gonna waste time on that, right? And once you have the Excel VBA loops coming, then the next thing which you need to do is you need to watch Excel VBA collection loops, right? Which is somewhere here on the top. I just saw that. Yeah, this one. 12 videos, amazing 12 videos. Start from the basic levels first, right? Once you're through with the Excel VBA collection loops, what you can do is you can go ahead and watch the Excel VBA functions. Okay, not Excel functions, Excel VBA functions. It must be somewhere here, and then you can start watching Excel VBA file handling, and afterwards you can watch Excel VBA user forms. There's a playlist over here with the name of the Excel VBA user forms, and then you can watch Excel VBA charts and the pivots, and then you can watch Excel VBA arrays. So we have got everything. I've got everything for you. I just started this channel to make you pretty awesome in all that stuff, and I'm really liking it that you guys actually are now giving your comment and also sharing your knowledge. So that's it. My request to you to support the channel, please be a part of this channel, subscribe to the channel and give your comment. Anything you disagree with me, please leave your comments. I will definitely come back to you for that, right? So that's it for now, guys, and I hope you enjoyed this session. Let me know about it and I'll see you soon. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.